Hey guys, and welcome back to Spark Notes. I'm Lana, and for those of you that are new here, this is the segment of Your Inner Spark where we just dig into my real life, a raw, unedited update on whatever it is that I'm navigating, whatever it is that's coming up for me. I don't go and remove any of the background noise. I give you guys an update on where I'm at as if you are one of my girlfriends and I am just sending you a voice note. So, I just want to set that expectation up front that audio quality, all of that is going to be as if you were receiving a voice note from a girlfriend, because that's what we're doing right now. I don't even know where to begin because I don't even know how to begin to process what it is I'm currently feeling. I feel over the last week or so, I've almost felt semi-numb. I think my brain is really compartmentalizing all of the grief that I'm feeling surrounding what I'm leaving behind as I embark on this new journey. So, my friends, my family, the places that I know, my home specifically, my park where I spend hours each day, my therapist. There are so many things I'm leaving behind to really embark on this new journey. And I know there's so much grief behind that. But I feel like over the past few weeks, I almost just feel kind of numb to it because I think my brain is just protecting me right now. It recognizes that the main mission, the main goal is to get me down to San Diego, to get me started, to get my foot out the door. And once I'm there and I'm in a place where I'm feeling a little bit settled and feeling safe, I know that the grief is going to come. I'm sure it will actually also be something that I process a lot as I'm driving because I have a 16-hour drive over the span of 2 days and I'm going to be completely by myself. I mean, with my dog, but I'm not going to have a human to talk to. So right now I just feel kind of strange because I know that's my body just protecting me right now. It's like, okay, I can't allow you to fully feel all of your emotions in this moment because if you did, it might freeze you. It might stall you. It might change your mind. So I know that's my body actively protecting me, but I feel like I've just been in this weird headspace. Today's Sunday, the 17th. It's like 11, it's almost noon. It's my last Sunday in this house. I slept in, I laid in bed. I took Archie to the park. I just meal prepped, listened to music. I'm going to take Archie back to the park in a few. And I have my family Christmas tonight where I'm going to basically say goodbye to my family for the most part. And it's just like, holy crap. Holy crap. Like this week, everything changes. Everything changes this week. And I've been talking about it and I've been gearing up. But this week, everything changes. And I know how fast a week goes. This week at next week at this time, I will be in San Diego, or at least getting close to arriving in San Diego. Next week at this time, I'm going to be within hours, if not already, in my little studio apartment in San Diego. It's an Airbnb, but it's a cute little studio. That's insane. There's no going back after this week. You know what I mean? Things change this week. And I'm literally just trying to process it all while simultaneously just be as present as I possibly can. Because like today at the park, I could feel my brain kind of like worrying. And I'm like, no, I'm going to look back and miss all of my mornings at this park. I need to be present right now and enjoy it. And I got to the park and I realized my AirPods were dead. And I was like, you know what? That's a good thing. I just need to be with my thoughts and with nature right now. I'm like so nervous about losing that park. I can't explain it to you, but having access to nature in that capacity, it's a 5-minute drive from my house, has changed Archie and I's worlds. And he can be off leash there. It just took so much stress out of my life around caring for Archie in the way that he needs. Because when I live in the city, it was like something I just felt like I was always feeling like I was inadequate in that area of his care, you know? But I'm going to, in San Diego, we're going to be walking distance to a beach and we're going to be walking distance to Balboa Park. So we're going to have nature and many capacities. So I'm excited for that. Like I keep reminding myself that it does get better. This isn't the best I'm ever going to have it. I need to ditch that scarcity mindset. I need to ditch it. So I just sat down before I came and recorded this podcast episode and recorded a love diary entry to myself. And what my love diary is, it's a video diary. entry that I do anytime I'm about to do something big. So I started it in July, and I actually got the idea from my sister because her and her new husband were saying on their wedding day that the night before, the morning of, they had recorded a love diary entry to themselves, and they have this online video diary where they speak to their future selves. And I was like, that's a beautiful idea. I love that. And I don't have a partner right now, but if there's any love journey that I'm on currently, it's my love journey with myself. So I started doing it in July. I did it one the night before I went to Greece. I did one when I launched my podcast. I did one as I was navigating like a newer partnership this summer, fall, because I learned a lot about myself during that process. And I did one today. And I just told my future self, okay, here I am. I am doing this for you. I'm doing this for us. And I know my future self is going to look back on the video that I recorded today. I was actually standing in my kitchen drinking my coffee. This was literally 20 minutes ago. I recorded a video to my future self and I said, I am doing this for us. And I'm a little scared right now and I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to proceed. I'm going to do this. Watch. And I know my future self is going to look back on that video and be so fucking proud. I know it. I know I'm going to get every single thing that I want or that is meant for me. It's not even about what I want. I know I'm going to get every single thing that is meant for me. You guys, I am starting to travel full time. This is my dream. I am in the act of living out my dream. It's just the beginning of it. And I know my future self is going to be so fucking proud of this current version of myself who's taking that step out, who's going finally to forge her own path, forge a path for herself, not the path that was handed to me. I reject the path that was laid out in front of me from when I was young. I reject the path of staying small and staying quiet and falling into line and being obedient and being subservient. Like I reject that path. I reject the path that said my life must center around men and obtaining men and serving men. I reject it. I reject the path that says, oh, you must get a 9 to 5 because security is the most important thing in the world to you. And, you really want the company, you got to have those PTO days and the health insurance. And the health insurance always sucked. It's like, really? I'm staying at this job for health insurance? But I'm still paying everything with my HSA because the coverage covers basically nothing. I reject those paths. I do. And I'm about to go forge a path for myself. And I just, you guys, things are never going to be the same after this week. They're never going to be the same. Even if I were to come back in 6 months, I will be a different human being. I am going to change so much in this process. I am going to learn so much about myself in this process. I have been on 3 solo trips now, and every single trip shaped me immensely. And now I'm basically taking that same kind of experience, but prolonging it over an extended period of time. I am going to learn so much about myself in this process. I am going to discover so much about myself in this process. I'm going to connect with other humans. I'm going to find new activities that bring me joy. I'm going to build community. I'm not going to be the same person. And I recognize that as I chill here in my house on a Sunday, this is the last moment this week, but really kind of today, because I actually have to start packing tomorrow, you guys. I still haven't packed anything. Today is kind of like my last day to be in this chapter of life that I'm in. Because it's a new chapter starting this week. A brand new chapter. So I know shit is about to get real. Shit is about to get real. And I believe everything is going to happen for me. I believe everything is going to pan out. I believe I will be taken care of financially. I just believe it. And it's funny to me because I have had a couple people in my life be like, oh, I'm just so nervous for you. I'm nervous for you that you're going to run out of money, or I'm nervous for you because of X, Y, and Z. And I get it's coming from a place of concern and a place of care, but you're just projecting your limiting beliefs onto me. You think you would run out of money. You think you wouldn't be able to make it work. You think you would miss home and want to come back. Those are your limiting beliefs. I don't accept your limiting beliefs. Those aren't mine. So please don't tell me what your limiting beliefs are because I don't want to hear that. I only want to hear people that believe in me too. That's the only kind of energy I want in my life. I do not accept your limiting beliefs. Those are yours to carry. So, yeah, just a lot going on in this little brain of mine. I don't even know how to describe how I'm feeling. There's so much excitement. Like I was just telling Archie this morning, like, hey Bubba, we're gonna be at the beach like in a week. I'm so excited about doing this adventure with my dog. He is like, he is the love of my life. He brings me so much joy. And I just love giving him a good life in return. I love watching him zoom around the park with his friends, and I love watching him at the beach. I love seeing him happy. It brings me so much joy. So I'm excited to get to show him all of these cool new places. The ocean. I mean, he's been to the ocean, but like a warm beach. He's never been to a warm beach. The desert. He gets to experience all this with me. He doesn't really honestly care too much because he just wants to be where I'm at. That's pretty much it, you know? But, okay, I lost my train of thought. But I'm doing this. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm staying at a girlfriend's house about 9 hours south of here. So it's a little bit past the midway point. So that first night. And the fact that the beginning of my journey, it starts with somebody welcoming me into her home. And she's been going out of her way to make sure I feel comfortable. And she's even welcomed Archie into her home. Like that means so much to me for somebody to accept and welcome my dog. I can't explain it. She's been so cute. She's literally like, I'll get decaf coffee for you in the morning. Like putting so much thought into like making sure it's an experience that's comfortable for me. And she's doing this the day before Christmas Eve, like the 23rd of December when she has young kids. That to me means so much. And I think it's symbolic of what this experience is going to be for me. I know I'm going to connect with so many other beautiful human beings. I cannot wait for that. That is what life is about to me. this feels like a mess as it's coming out of my mouth, but that's what's also happening within me. Like, okay, just chilling one last Sunday. Oh, I'm gonna go say goodbye to my family tonight. And then I really need to start packing tomorrow because I still haven't done anything. Because in 6 days, I have to fit everything I need into my car. And I haven't even checked to see like how many bins fit in the back of my car or anything. I have done nothing to get myself prepared to go. Really. But I'm just going to figure it out next week. I'm like, I've moved and everything under worse circumstances. 2 years ago, I randomly woke up one day and had my earth shattered or my world shattered. And I moved within 48 hours. And then I moved again 3 weeks later into my apartment. Like, I can handle big change. So I'm just going to get the packing done this week. And yeah, we'll see how many meltdowns occur. We'll see how many times I just break down because I think I've had 2 so far. Not even kidding you. One was this morning as I laid in bed. I was also emotional while laying in bed this morning, you guys, because I decided to write a goodbye letter to someone who hurt me recently. And I kind of explained to you guys what happened on last week's episode with like basically him after our goodbye date canceling on me at the very last minute and then ghosting. Well, then I ended up seeing him in person on, I don't know what day it was last week, just like ran into him at this coffee shop we always went to together. It's like a coffee stand. Like his car just pulled up on the other side. So I could look right across and see him. And he didn't even acknowledge me. Like our eyes met and then he just looked away and didn't even acknowledge me. Oh my gosh, that just like sent me back into like a tizzy because it's like, that hurt me, you know? Somebody who not even 2 weeks ago I went and had this beautiful goodbye date with, where I felt so much respect and care and compassion from this person, to now it being somebody I'm like, who are you? Somebody who's cold and somebody who pretends I don't even exist. Like I genuinely have love for this man, and something happened, changed on his end that he failed to communicate with me, that he couldn't communicate with me about. And now he's treating me poorly. He's not treating me with respect or care. And so that, I don't know that person. I don't know this version of you that didn't treat me with respect and care and compassion. I've only ever seen you treat me with those things. So this is like somebody I don't even know. It's confusing. It gives me the ick, in all honesty, because who are you? You know, it's been eating me up. And I don't even want to like admit that, but it's like my closest friends know. I can't hide it. And it's like from the moment I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking of this person to the moment I go to bed. And it's like, I fully understand this, what is what's best for me. And I don't understand yet why, like, he had to hurt me. Like, what lesson did I need to learn? What did I need to take from it? He obviously had to hurt me for a reason. I believe it. Whether it's so I would just permanently sever that tie, or so I wouldn't view it as an option in the future, or just so I could take something with me as I continue down this journey. Maybe it was a test to see would I maintain my self-respect and my boundaries even when he's behaving differently. Whatever it is, I don't know yet. The universe has not revealed it to me yet, but it's hurting me right now. It's really hurting my heart. And I think this is something that's really impacting me because this was like one of my first like real safe connections I've ever had in my life. Probably my first. I felt so much emotional safety when I was in that little relationship. And I know we were keeping things open and we were, we were keeping things open. We weren't doing things a very traditional way because we knew that I was leaving. But in the time that we had together, I felt so safe. I felt respected. I felt adored. He really loved on me in a beautiful way. It really healed something within me. My teenage heart needed that. I never got to experience like innocent young love. That was robbed from me. And this kind of felt like I was getting to experience that as an adult, to heal that part of my heart that is my teenage self, you know? So this wasn't just a fling for me. This wasn't something that was just no big deal. I loved this man. Obviously, I still do. But like, that's the strength of my feelings for him. I didn't have the opportunity or enough time with him to fall in love with him, but there's love in my heart for him. And so I think that's why this is so difficult for me, that it's ending this way. Even when I broke things off, he was respectful and we communicated. We took a little bit of space. Then he reached out. We went on the goodbye date. The goodbye date was beautiful. Something shifted after that. And I just wish, there's a part of me that's like, I wish I would have just left it. But I obviously needed to learn this for some reason, or see this other side of him. So it's been difficult for me because I'm trying to reconcile, like, I don't know this person. Who is this person? It made me lose respect for him. It broke trust. Even when we had broken up, I still trusted him. I still respected him. I still deeply cared for him. Because even as we navigated that initial breakup, he was respectful to me and kind to me, even when he was hurting. But something shifted after that goodbye day, and he just was no longer in a position where he could care for me the way he normally did. And it could be just because he's hurting on his own. I don't know. But I would have appreciated some communication. I think that's the bare minimum. Or if things shifted on your end and you didn't want to spend any more time with me, all you have to do is tell me that. You could send me a text message. A text message takes 2 minutes. You could say, hey, this is too difficult for me. Hey, my feelings have shifted. I'm no longer interested, whatever. All of that would hurt less than you basically just canceling, making a false promise, and then disappearing into the wind. And then pretending like I don't exist when you see me in person. So my heart has been hurting. I'm just going to be honest. And it's kind of funny because I'm like, I'm in the midst of this major life change. And in the midst of all of it, a lot of my energy has been just my heart hurting and me trying to heal that. I was talking to my therapist about this last week and she was like, thank him for the gift. Say thank you for revealing yourself to me. Thank him for showing you who he actually is. So I keep reminding myself of that. Like, thank you for this gift. Thank you for showing me who you actually are. I don't know this person, nor do I wish to have this person in my life because I only want people in my life that treat me with respect and care. So I ended up blocking him on social media, which felt like a really big thing because I felt like there was a part of me that was waiting every day for him to text me and be like, I'm so sorry. Can we get together and talk so we could resolve things so I could have some closure? So we weren't ending our beautiful story with it being a negative thing, you know? I wanted to rewrite our ending and be like, can we have a redo? Can we do this ending a different way? So this isn't my last memory of you. I was like hoping he would still reach out, you know? So I knew that if I blocked him, he would understand that like I was drawing a line in the sand. And I wasn't even going to block him. Even after he had like canceled on me and then disappeared into the wind. That following weekend I could see that he was looking at my Instagram stories. And initially when I saw he looked at my Instagram stories, I was like, I'm going to block him because that's disrespectful. But I was like, you know what? He's hurting. I'm guessing that's what he's doing. And he's wanting to see what I'm doing, being nosy. So I was like, no, I'm going to show him compassion. But if it happens again, then I'll block him. But when I saw him in person and he didn't even acknowledge me, I was like, you do not deserve any access to my life. None. Having access to me is a privilege, and you clearly aren't deserving of that. So I blocked him on social media. That felt very permanent. So this was on Friday because I was like, yeah, if I don't exist to you in person, I don't want you looking at my page and seeing where I'm at and what I'm doing, especially as I know I'm going to start posting more as I, get ready to go or just start embarking on this journey because I'm going to be experiencing so many new things. And yeah, I'm sure he's going to realize eventually because I'm sure this man is probably looking at my social media page. And um yeah, that was like a whole other wave of grief I had to process because it was like that was me closing the door permanently. There is no hope for reconciliation now. I have to let even the idea of reconciliation go because I still wanted that in some capacity. Not like us to get back together, but I wanted us to be able to communicate maturely and connect and be able to say, like, I know we're hurting, but I care for you and I want to care for you in the best way that I can. Obviously, I think space is what we both ultimately needed, but I was like, one more time of hanging out, like, let's do it, you know? But I digressed big time. I just wanted to be transparent that, yeah, my heart is hurting quite a bit. And I know that it's worth it, like that connection that I got to experience was so worth it. And I do believe I'm walking away with so much more information about myself. Like, also like want to thank him for the lessons. We both learned a lot about ourselves in that process. I think that's what dating is learning about yourself. So I wrote him a letter this morning when I was in bed. My therapist recommended me doing this. And I just told him, like, I'm so sad. I'm so sad that you had to hurt me at the end, But I also say, I forgive you. I forgive you. I release this. I'm not going to allow this to close my heart off or anything. I'm going to continue to trust. But I'm so sad, But and then at the end I just thank you for the lessons. And I love you. I always will in some capacity. Like I know that there will always be place in my heart for this man because he helped me heal. And then I burned it. I burned it in my kitchen and I took a video and I sent it to my friends and my sister. And I'm sure my friends are like, is Lana well? Is she on Hinge right now with Taylor Swift blasting in the background? I burned that letter. I release it, Obviously, that doesn't mean the thoughts are going to immediately vanish and I'm not going to miss him. But yeah, I let him go. It's time for me to just let him go and know that there's one day somebody's going to walk into my life and I'm going to understand why this happened. And I'm going to thank this version of me that exists today that is choosing to release him, even when it's not what I want, because I know it's what's best for me. And is going to thank my current self for not reaching out, for maintaining my self-respect, because there's no point in reaching out to somebody that has already shown me they don't respect or care for me in the way that I require from a partnership. So I'm going to believe him. I'm going to believe him when he shows me that. I'm not going to wait around for him to continue to show me that he doesn't respect me or care for me. I'm not going to reach out when I right now can't guarantee that he will respond with respect and care. So, yeah, I did that today too. Maybe I am a little bit unhinged, but I think that's kind of the best way to live life. So, we're going to keep moving forward, you guys. In the meantime, I'm so content being on my own. I'm so content being on my own. And I'm not going to go out seeking dating in any capacity. I wasn't even seeking dating when I met this man this summer. I firmly believe if the universe has a lesson for me or somebody for me or a connection for me, they're going to send that person to me. I'm not going to get on dating apps or seek in any capacity. If the universe has another lesson in store for me, then I know that they will find me. I know that person will find me. That person is seeking me if that's what I'm seeking. And if the universe also thinks I need just a time period on my own again, I'm good with that too. I trust that whatever is meant for me is going to be. So I'm not out looking for anybody to date. If it's meant to be, it will come to me. And I believe that with everything. If it's meant to be, it's going to find its way to me. I just have to sit back and relax. Whatever I am seeking is also seeking me the life that I want, the dreams that I have, the partnerships that I desire. I always say that, yeah, my love story, whenever that's going to happen for me, because it hasn't happened yet, I know he's out there already looking. I know he is. And I think he's being patient because I had some healing to do. And, there might be other little, this relationship that I just had that was a few months long. There might be more of those. There might be things I need to learn about myself before I'm ready for like the real deal, So I trust what's meant to be is going to be. I trust so deeply, Oh man. I also had a crazy experience over the last few days. Crazy, probably one of the most spiritual experiences of my entire life. So on Wednesday, I had done some energy work in the evening and I was already feeling kind of like in my feels, I guess. And I'm starting to begin to understand when I can feel like the presence of another spirit with me. Some of you are probably like, what is she even talking about? But like, for example, even when my grandma visits me, I can feel it. There's a physical feeling I have in my body when there's a spirit with me present, Some might say it's even like, God touching you or whatever. I'm feeling some sensation from my head to my toe that's telling me that I'm not alone. There's somebody here with me. It's a beautiful feeling. Anyway, so I've been kind of just getting better at kind of recognizing those feelings. So Wednesday evening, I did energy work. That kind of just like opens things up for me. Then Thursday morning, I went to the park and I had to go to the park early in the pitch dark because I had to go back down to Lake Oswego for more brain rehab. And I had wanted to get Archie exercising before I left. So I went to the park, you guys, 6 a.m. It's pitch dark. And at first, I'm walking just right behind the school because the park runs up next to a school and nobody's at the school at 6 a.m. So I was just walking like the little track area because it just feels a little bit safer. There's some lights. and you're not like out in the woods, because the park has a huge wooded area in the center of it, and there's a lot of coyotes. I've encountered multiple coyotes on different occasions there with Archie. So, and then in the wooded tree area that's in the center, it's pitch black. Like there's no lightness in there because it's so heavily forested. So typically, if I'm there before the sun comes up, I don't go in the wooded area. I usually will just stay behind the school on the track, or I'll go out and like walk the perimeter of the tree area, but I don't go in it. So I'm at the park. I'm walking the little track area for like 30 minutes. It was freezing cold, and I was like, I'm going to go over to the other side into like the actual park. So I go into the park and I just lay down on the ground. I don't know. There's something so soothing to me. I don't care if it's ice cold or wet. I just lay my whole ass body down on the ground. I just lay there and feel the earth touch me. So I lay down. It's pitch dark, it's freezing cold. And then I start walking just the perimeter of the tree area, and I put on my headphones. I put in my headphones at that point because I try and do at least the first 30 minutes of my morning walk each day with no headphones in. So I'm just like in my brain and just allowing my brain to wake up a little bit. So I decide to put headphones in, and I turn on chalked on Native American beats because I really like some of the Native American music. It's really soothing and healing. And there's this Choctaw, it's like a flute. It's so beautiful. I put my earbuds in and I start the music. This is Thursday morning, like 6:30 in the morning. And as I'm walking and listening to these Native American beats, you guys, head to toe, my body just lights up. Lights up. I instantly start sobbing because I'm just like, I don't know who's here with me, but hello, thank you for being here with me, just feeling so connected to my higher power, to myself, really just feeling so connected to God. And I'm walking around the corner, and the edge of the four corners of the tree area, there's an entrance into the tree area. And I come to one entrance, and this voice goes, go in there. And I normally would never walk in the tree area in the dark. It's scary in there, it's pitch black, and there's coyotes everywhere. It's like this park is known for being like where coyotes live. There's signs everywhere. And like I said, I've come face to face with them multiple times. I'm not so worried about me. When it comes to coyotes, I'm more worried about Archie, but I don't know what a pack of coyotes will do. But this voice says, go in there. And I hear it multiple times. So I'm like, I can't ignore it. And I start going into the park, into the tree area. And the whole time I'm doing this, my whole body is lit up head to toe, just like buzzing. It's like this warm electric energy. And it was like, I was just aware that I wasn't going into that park by myself. And I tripped multiple times because there's tree roots everywhere. And I realized like, this is symbolic of what's ahead for me. I can't see the path right in front of me. I don't know what this journey is going to look like. I don't know what it's going to all entail. I'm used to living a life where I could tell you in January most likely what I'm going to be doing in September. I would be working my 9 to 5, going to the gym, maybe have a trip or two in there. I could tell you what my life was going to look like. Now I cannot tell you what my life is going to look like. I don't know what the path looks like in front of me. I can't see the path. It's pitch black. I'm going to trip a shit ton. I'm going to fall a shit ton. I'm about to do so many things I've never done before. There's no way I'm going to nail them all perfectly. I'm going to fall on my face. But I'm not walking this journey alone. I realized that was what I was being taught in this moment. And I started to lose the fear. And I just started to trust. And I spoke out, you guys. Like, I literally sound like I feel crazy when I'm telling you guys this. You guys probably thought I've lost my mind. But I spoke out and I said, I come in peace. We come in peace. We are here to exist with you. We are not here to harm you. And it's like I just understood that we were going to be safe. That we were going to walk through this park and there wasn't going to be any animal that we were going to encounter that would harm us. And I walked through the woods, and the whole time, you guys, like I'm telling you, my body's lit up. Somebody's there walking with me. And they're saying, look, you can do this. You're going to do this. You can go into this dark path. And I don't mean dark energetically, but just the unknown. And I got to the tail end of the park after making my way through, and the sun was just starting to come up where there was like lightness gleaming in between the trees. I also realized on that walk, as I was walking through the woods, Archie was ahead of me. He's always ahead of me. He doesn't go to the point, well, sometimes he does, but usually he stays where I can see him. And he was there guiding me. And I realized Archie is one of my guides. I would not be in this park at 6 freaking 30 in the morning in the pitch black having this whole blown spiritual experience if it wasn't for Archie. I was not meant to have a dog like a golden retriever that wants to play on occasion but's fine with being lazy. I was never meant to have a chihuahua or a dog that is too afraid to go outside when it's wet or cold, because that's not who I am. They say you get the dog you need, not the dog you want. And of course I wanted Archie, but sometimes I've been like, how did I end up with this dog with such high needs, you know? And I understood in that moment. Archie pulls me out into adventure in so many ways. And he gets me out into nature in a capacity that has healed me. Like Archie is one of my guides. And there was one point we were walking through the park, he was ahead of me and he like stopped. I could tell he was on high alert. And he like wasn't proceeding. So I like came up behind him and he was like super protective of me. I don't know. It just made me realize, like, even as I start this journey, as I was telling you guys, I'm so excited for Archie to experience all these things. Like, I don't know if I would have the bravery to do this trip without him. He is somebody that pulls me out and pushes me outside my comfort zone. And he forces me to get outside every single day. So we get to the end, you guys, it starts pouring rain. I'm just sobbing because it's another reminder that I'm like, I am on the path that I'm supposed to be on. I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel so connected to my higher power. And to me, again, God is not this man in the sky. God is not a separate being from me. I am a piece of God. God is the air that I breathe. You know? I need to stop saying because I listened to last week's podcast episode and I about died on the inside. So we're going to try and let those filler words go and release those. But crazy, crazy week. I don't know what's about to happen, but I just trust. I believe. I trust I am on the path for me so deeply, you guys, so deeply. So this week is going to be a whirlwind. I don't know what's all going to come up for me emotionally. I don't even know what's going to come up today with going to see my family, because that has been such a unique situation within itself, you know? There, I said it again. I'm going to not draw attention to it, though, when I catch it next time. And then I got to pack up this week, and I got to get my stuff cleared out and get myself ready to go. I need to get my nails done. I'm going to do bright red nails this week because bright red nails make me feel powerful. They make me feel sexy. And I want to channel both of those things as I go into this week. And we're going to do it Saturday morning. Y'all, we're going to wake up and I'm probably going to have to poop 15 times because I'm going to be so nervous, and I'm going to get my butt on the road and I'm going to start driving south. I'm going to have to find places to stop to get Archie a little bit of exercise, but luckily he loves the car. And we're going to do it. We are going to do it. We are going after what we want. Are you doing the same? And it's okay if your answer is no right now. It's okay. Don't shame yourself for that. But start thinking about what you want, you know? Start thinking about what you want. Start thinking about what you want. And when you feel those barriers come up about why you can't have that, start to look inward. That's a great place to start. What limiting beliefs do I have? If you have a dream to go be a lawyer and you tell yourself, no, I can't do that because I can't afford college, or no, I can't do that because I've got kids, or no, I can't. What are those? Those are your limiting beliefs. Start to unpack those thoughts. Why do I believe that I can't do it just because I have kids? Obviously, money can be a financial hurdle, but instead of saying, I can't afford this, how can I afford this? If you ask, how can I afford this? Opportunities will present themselves if you believe it's possible. But if you tell yourself, no, it's not possible from the get-go, okay, your brain believes that. It's not even going to try. Start being curious. Start asking yourself those questions. I'm not saying it will be smooth sailing all the time, and I'm not saying that you won't have fear and there won't be growing pains. There won't be grief. I think that's just the beauty of it, though. That's a part of the human experience, the spectrum of emotions. If it was all bright and sunny and rainbows and butterflies all the time, we wouldn't even appreciate it. This is a part of the human experience, dealing with the ebbs and flows. So we're going to end it there. I think this is my first Spark Notes sitting in front of a camera. So we're going to see how it turned out. I feel like that was a jumbled mess of like, my life's a mess, I'm leaving, but I'm proud of myself. By the way, I'm dealing with heartbreak. Oh, and I had this crazy spiritual experience. I'm sure other stuff has taken place over the last few weeks, or the last week since I last recorded. I think I recorded last Sunday, so 1 week. But those were the highlights. Those were the highlights. So we're going to keep you updated. And we're going to do this together. We are going to do this together. So until next time, you guys, we'll chat soon.